Well, hello my darlings, and welcome back to our channel. I am so glad you are here. Today we are going to create a crystal serving tray that can be used for you to work on when watching TV, or quite possibly setting the stage for a romantic breakfast in bed. I sure hope you'll stay tuned. These are all of the supplies that you will need to complete this project. I will leave a list of these items in the description box below with direct links to each one for your shopping convenience. Here are the tools you will need for today's craft. Today we're going to be working with our hot glue gun, some permanent glue, as well as a blade. Now let's get crafting. Now, the first thing we're going to do to create this project is we are going to harvest the mirrors from these mirrored frames. And to do this, all we're going to do is pop them out of that frame by removing the tabs. Once you have gathered 4 of those mirrors, you are going to lay them out on a firm piece of foam board. Once you have done that, you are going to one by one lay your foundation of permanent glue as well as hot glue on the back of each mirror, and then you are going to turn that mirror over onto your foam board. So as you can see, I have gone in with my foundation of my permanent glue, and now I'm following up with my hot glue, that hot glue giving us the right now adhesion while that permanent glue is going to cure over time. And once you have placed your foundation of both glues down, it is simply a matter of placing your mirrors down upon that foam board and repeating the process 3 more times until you have 4 mirrors laid out. Now that your mirrors have been dried into place, we are going to take our cutters, blades, rotary cutters, whatever it is that you have, and we are going to cut these mirrors out of our foam board. To do this, you're simply going to take your blade and run it right alongside the edge of the mirror, making sure to cut straight through that foam board. You want to make sure that you are getting straight edges, flush edges, so that when we move on to the next step, you will be able to do so without pause. Now that all of our mirrors have been set into place and we have cut that foam board out, what we are going to do now is line the edge of our foam board with our diamond wrap. And to lay this diamond wrap is going to be pretty simple. All we are going to do is lay a foundation of our hot glue and lay that diamond wrap into that hot glue and allow it to set for a few seconds. The reason why we're doing this, my darlings, is to ensure that 1, we have a finished look going completely all the way around our tray, as well as to ensure that we are protecting ourselves as well as our loved ones from the sharp pieces of glass. I'm going to continue this process going all the way around. I'm also going to lay some diamond wrap on the top of my tray. So here we have the top of our tray that has been laid out in diamond wrap. On the edges, I continue the process with a single layer, and then in the middle, horizontally as well as vertically, to cover where those mirrors met, I put down 2 rows of diamond wrap in each direction. Now that we have decorated the top of our tray, we are now going to affix the legs. And what I'm going to be using as the legs for this tray are 2 8 by 10 frames that I have glued the pane of glass back into the frame, and I have etched the sides of that glass with our diamond wrap to pick up on the diamond wrap on the front of the tray. And now to attach our leg, all we're going to do is lay a foundation of our permanent glue as well as a foundation of our hot glue. We are going to find our placement, making sure to center this as best as we can, and then once we have placed that frame into place, we are going to apply some pressure and allow that glue to set for a few moments. Once that glue has set and that frame can stand up on its own, you will repeat the same process on the other side. So now that our legs have been dried and set into place, we are now going to turn our tray over so that we can place our handles on it. Now, for handles, I'm going to be going in with 4 cabinet knobs, 2 on either side of our tray. And how we're going to hold it is once these are glued down, we're going to hold the 2 knobs with our thumb and our index finger. Our middle finger and ring finger is going to go into the middle, and we will lift it up from there. A little different, but very elegant. And so to place these down, all we're going to do again, a knob of permanent glue for our knob, and then on top of that, a bullet of our hot glue, not too much because we do not want that glue to ooze out. And once you have found your placement, and while that hot glue sets, you're going to have to hold that knob in place for a few seconds to ensure that it does not slip and slide. So just repeating the same process with my second knob, and then I'm going to continue with the same steps on the other side. Once I have placed my last 2 knobs down, I'm going to clean this up of any glue fronts they are. I will stage our project, and then I will return to show you what our finished project looks like. Well, here you have it, my darlings, our crystal serving tray. Isn't she just absolutely stunning? As you can see, I'm sitting here and I'm planning our next Craft With Me Live that will be taking place on February the 23rd at 6 o'clock p.m. in the evening. And this tray is carrying the weight of my journal as well as the weight of a glass with some grape juice in it, my pen, as well as me pressing down to make my notes. But my darlings, I think that I would have to say that my favorite part of this project, twofold by the way, would have to be the crystal knobs and the difference in how we set our handles to our tray, as well as the transparency, that glass pane that we used, as opposed to using just the hollowed out frames. So my darlings, once again, I think that we have nailed yet another project. And so I just want to tell you guys, thank you for tuning in today. And until next time, my darlings, God willing, I look forward to seeing you. Until then, I say to you, please, please, please take care of yourselves for me. Know that I love you all. Bye now.
If you're impressed with what you see, feel free to like and subscribe.